see. Let's see. It works. What is going on, everybody? Good evening. Good evening. Hopefully everybody is doing well. What's up there, Bob Bruce? Uh-oh, that didn't work. I wanted to hit Bob's button and it didn't work. Bob's button didn't work. I know why Bob's button didn't work. Because this thing is stupid and it never wants to work. It's stupid and never, ever wants to work. So what's going on, everybody? Halloween is upon us. Halloween's only what? And we got some good builds. Ben just finished one. I'm working on Goofy. There's a bunch of builds. Salem's Lot, Freddy Krueger, whole bunch of good stuff going on. But we're running out of time. 7 days to Halloween. 7 days to Halloween. So 31st, 30th, 29, 28. So 7, 6, 5, 4 days. 4 days or something like that is left. Let me make sure I'm right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days to get your builds done and in. If you fall into the 29th, that's kind of okay too. It'll still give me enough time to get in there. I'm always giving in. Oh, that still didn't work. Why not? Why not? I'm always giving in on the end date if I have a few extra days, which I do. There's a couple extra days that we can do it. So it's not a bad deal. I'm trying to fix something here and it doesn't want to fit. Oh, I know why it's not working. I know why it's not working. That's why it's not working. That's why it's not working. Let me see if it works now.
Microphone.
It should work now. It should. But anyway, I'm working on Goofy. We just had a vote. Well, we actually had 3 votes. The first vote was to see what I'm going to build next. And I put up regular figures. Could have been anything. Horror and cartoons. And horror won out because it was spooky season. So everybody still wanted to see a horror build. And I put up 5 builds that I could do. And it ended up being a 3-way tie between Snow White with the zombies, Jason Voorhees, and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So that was a 3-way tie. And we have a vote going on now until 9 o'clock tonight. And it's still close between all 3 of those guys. So we shall see at 9 o'clock. I'll count up the votes then after I get off of here. And, stupid typing fingers. I thought I shut my phone off. I guess I did not shut my phone off. Let me go over to my channel. Let me go to my shorts. I'll grab the link for it just in case you haven't seen the latest one or you didn't know that I do shorts. I do a ton of shorts. I do lots of shorts. And I will be, this build, actually Goofy that I'm doing now, this is the short you could go vote on. You can't vote here. Your votes don't count here at all. So the only votes that'll count are on that short. But I am taking full-length video of the Goofy build. The difference between the shorts and the Goofy build, the full-length video will be, you'll see more in the full-length video, plus I'll give you all the colors I used and stuff like that in the video. I don't do that in the shorts. Shorts are too short to do anything. Craft paint dries fast enough for me. Don't like it, fight me. I hate craft paint, but I'm not going to fight you because you're bigger than me. 18 sleeps until the Secret Santa too. So who is here? Who is here? Because I stopped. We got Ben. Hey, Ben Builds. I just mentioned your name, so you must have jumped on. What's going on? King Bob's Model Works. What's going on, Bob? Mark Pardis. What's going on, Dan, Phil, Shu, and Spence?
Most illogical.
Volume on this, I thought. What the hell is going on with my phone? Shut up, phone. Shut up. Stop that. So, how many builds do we have? How many builds do we have? I know Josh Risdom has another build. I gotta pop that into the group build, and I think there's a couple more. But what I'm gonna do is on the Facebook group and on the community. On Facebook, I already started it, highlighting everybody's name, and I pinned it to the top. This way people could see it, who gave me a build already. If you don't see Ben, your name isn't on there, so don't check yet. A couple people's names aren't on there. I got to get them on there and get those up. So make sure you check the list to make sure your name's on there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ben is 10. Josh is 11. Mine will be 12. I think Ruben's going to finish up his Frankenstein, 13. So hopefully we have like 15 to 20. That's a slow year for our Halloween. Our Halloween usually has a ton more. But it'll start on November 1st again. And you can build for Halloween if you want to. I always give a year for all of our builds. Let me see what's going on. Your votes don't count. Nope, your votes don't count in here. It's got to be on the short. Kenny has posted a link. He wants you to eat his shorts. YouTube doing 3-minute short soon. Don't ask why. I will not do 3-minute shorts because then it's not a short. I might as well do a long form video. Scale monochrome. I use a lot of yam and popsicle sticks. Yam. I'm just finishing up my day in work and I saw a live stream. Very cool, Ben. I forgot you're 3 hours behind me. You're in the past. I have used popsicle sticks before. I've used popsicle sticks. We used popsicle sticks for an 8-hour build of a floor. That's what I used, popsicle sticks. Popsicle sticks are good, especially when you're making wooden flooring. So I'm trying to think what else is going on. Still haven't cleaned up my printers. I got to get stuff over to Joe. Printing's going to be, stuff for the shop's going to be slow because me and my mom have been doing the shed. Almost everything is out of here. So then I'm going to find a place for that. I think I'm going to really pick it up in January because for Christmas I'm asking for 2 more printers because 2 printers for what I'm doing with the shop is no good. I could barely, it takes way too long for stuff to print for me to get at least 4 or 5 models ready for the shop. So it just takes way too long. Mankinis, that's right, for 8 hours. For 8 hours we laid wood. Kenny is wooding. I am wooding. No, I'm not wooding. I'm getting too old for wooding. Oh, geez, Louise. But Goofy's coming out good. You can see him on the short. I just finished up his base. He's all base coated. Next, I got to do some more painting, and I forgot what kind of painting you call it. Detail painting. That's it. He doesn't have much detail painting. Like I got to do his shoelaces, the soles of his shoes, the stitches on his mask. I got to do a little bit of highlighting, not much, because the bigger figures I don't really highlight. Let natural light hit them and let the shadows fall where they may and the highlights where they may. Because my clothes don't have highlights on them until light hits it. So I let natural light do what it's got to do. He might be planking. What is planking? So I'm deciding. I'm supposed to go fishing this weekend with my brother, but Kenny wants to go fishing on Veterans Day so he can go. So I got to message my brother. This way I can get him finished up and do what I got to do, and then start printing up the next build that we're gonna do on the channel. And I don't know who's leading. It's gonna be Snow White, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, or Jason. And I didn't realize how big the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is. I'm really gonna have to reduce him if that wins. I'm gonna have to reduce him in size, big time, because the full size is not gonna fit on this printer at all. The full size would probably be huge like this. So I can't do that. I'm gonna have to shrink him down to like 1/6 scale, 1/8 scale, a tiny guy, which I would prefer the bigger one, but I got no room. I got no room for that. What else is going on? Nothing. Absolutely nothing is going on. Hey, what's going on, John? Good to see you, sir. Nothing besides the vote, but there's a lot of interaction, so thank you to everybody that's been interacting with the shorts and all that other good stuff. The shorts I love because it gives me a chance while I'm doing the long form, and I don't have much time. When I get home, I'll get home like 6 o'clock, walk the dogs, feed the dogs, eat dinner, do some other stuff, and I don't really get to put any paint or anything, do any work on Goofy or whatever model I'm building to be anywhere between 8 and 9, and then maybe I'll work a half an hour on it, do what I got to do, and then I got to edit the short and put that up, so it eats up a lot of time. So that's why it takes me so long to do these things, but that's where the shorts come in handy. I could put those up while you're waiting on the long form video, and then the long form video come out with much better stuff. And that's one thing I can't wait to do, is get this place all done up and then set up the 2 cameras. I'm probably going to get another 2 cameras for different angles because I suck at filming things. My hands are always underneath the camera at first to film what I'm filming, And then how I build, most of the time I'm sitting back and the model's in my hands, and I always sit back towards the edge of the table. So when I review the video, it's like, oh shit, I'm missing half of the model. So I gotta put Shorty McShortster. Shorty, that used to be my nickname. I gotta put something like in the middle of the table, like a little X or something to remind me to keep my hands there when filming, because I lose a lot of stuff when I'm filming. No, you print him up 1-1, mister, or I'm going to be mad. I can't. He won't fit on the printer. The thing is gigantor. He's gigantic. I know a lot of people want to see all three of these, which there was a lot of votes. There's 40 something votes. The last one, I think we're up to 40 something votes this time. So we got a lot of new people following the channel, which is awesome. Coming close to the 10,000 subscriber mark. And no, I am not going to give Chris the Titanic at 10,000 at all. Limited time offer upgrade, 15% off, 0 risk refund. Upgrade now. How much do they want for the paid version of whatchamacallit? The paid version of Cheeto Box. I'm going to see if I could show you this. And if Jason wins, oh my God, Jason's going to be a pain in the neck, because that thing's got 100. I think it's 103 parts to it, which is going to take a while to print that. So that definitely is not going to be a quick print. I'll do the what's this, version 1? Full torso. Let me see the full torso. There we go. No. Let me Spence, I'm hoping I could actually show this to you. If I could bring it up on my computer screen. I'm just adjusting it so I can put it on the build plate. Oh my God, I wish I could build this 1-1 scale. This is just the torso. Where is teaching screen? Let me go over here. Let me go to teaching screen. And let me see if I could pull this up. Where is it? HLI computer. Let me see if I'm hoping I could pull this up. There we go. Let me see if Cheeto Box. There we go. There's Cheeto Box. There's Cheeto Box. Let me see if that came up for you guys. It should come up for you guys. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. This. Let me excuse me. Let me bring it down a little bit. Spence, this is the 1-1 scale, or the full version scale of the Wicked Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. As you can see, his hands are red, his chest is red, and some of his back is red, and that is because my build plate is way too small to fit on here. So if I fit scale 2, he's still pretty big, but I can't print him like this. I would actually have to orient him. I wouldn't orient it like that, but that's auto orientation. So I would still have to scale this guy to fit. So I'd have to bring him down even further. This is actually kind of a decent size, but the problem with this is I would have to put all of the pieces on the plate just to have everything fit the right way. Version 1, which version 2? Upper body, lower body. Let's see the lower body. And here's the lower body. That is the lower body of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So right now I don't have a huge printer where I could print this out. I would love to have this as just a full size one, but that is not going to happen. Open. Let's go back up here. Torso lower. No. Full piece torso, front leg, hat. Where is his oh, there's the base. There's the base. This is the base. This is the base with the smoke. A whole bunch of stuff is going to drop in here. So it's dropping the smoke first. These are the base pieces. The base pieces are giant too. So one day, you know, it's supposed to be the top of or or the front of the building or something like that. So if I click them all, let's see what it does. How it's going from 100% down to 33. I would have to bring this down to 33% to fit it like that, and that would be tiny. But what I could do, Kelly Singer girl, you know it's true. What I could do with these is I can move this crap out of the way. Come on, move out of the way, sir. Move out of the way. I could always take the pieces that are big, put everything here. I would have to drop Mr. Marshmallow Man in here too. Mr. Stay Puff. Orient this how I need it oriented. Just put it on like a 45 for now. See the base pieces. The base pieces, I could fit this guy in here. I could fit the base in full. I didn't realize I could fit that guy in full. Let me see if I could fit this guy in full. I don't think I could fit this guy. Nah, see, this guy will cut off. So I'd have to click on all the base pieces. Who are you talking to? I would have to do all the base pieces, and then to scale them down, I would have to scale them down all together till the biggest piece fits in here. I can actually put that up one. So the biggest piece, that would be, I could actually fit this one in. Even though you see the red right here, I could still fit that one in because I can orient it so, come on, rotate. I could switch this guy around so that piece would fit, and then I could do it like that. So 85% is what I would have to do all the pieces at. So we'd have to see. Singing a little Milli Vanilli over there, are you? So we'd have to see what 85% for the whatchamacallit, all the pieces would be like. So I'll put the full torso back in there, and I still don't think this thing at 85% is going to fit on my build plate at all, because that guy's huge. Z-axis down to 95, 85%. No, he still doesn't fit at 85%. So let me see what we could get him at, because I'd still have to orient him. Let's rotate you. I'd have to rotate him like that. No, 56, 57 degrees. So I'd have to have him orientated like that. And we'd have to see what everything would have to be scaled down to. 80%, 75, 70, 65, 60, 55, 50, 45, 40%. I would only be able to print him at 40%. And I really got to adjust him, because you see, I try to move him over here a little bit, and the red shows up on the tips of his fingers. So I could do this guy at 40%. Let's see. All right. The y-axis is 112.68 millimeters. I don't know how big that is. The z-axis is 80 millimeters. So let's see what millimeters. I'm sure Spence is going to beat me to it, or the guys that are over in the other side of the pond. Millimeters to inches. I know you're going to beat me to it. So what did I say it was? Let's say it's 80. It would only be 3.14 inches tall. He'd be a tiny little sucker. So I don't want it. I mean, that doesn't look that bad. This part would be 3 point something inches tall. I'm curious if we did his leg. Let's see how big his leg is. Oh, his legs are fatty. His legs are fatty. And what would we do? 40%? I'd have to bring this guy down to 40%. So actually it would still it would still be pretty tall. So probably like 6 inches. So if he won, I'd have to shrink him down to about 6 inches, but that's not too bad. I'm gonna pop his head in here. I want to see how big his head is in full size. Full size, his head's not that big. There's his head. Kind of looks like a Lego guy. Kind of looks like a Lego guy. And drop that down to 40%. There we go. So that guy would pop on top of there. So maybe 6 inches tall, close to 6 inches, 5.5, 6 inches, with everything on him. So if he does win, that's what I'll do. I'll drop everything down to 40%, even the base, and we'll do that. I don't know who's winning right now. I got to go back in there and check, like I said. But that's the one nice thing about the STL files. I mean, I would love to have the gigantic version of this to put on a shelf, but at least I can have a version of it by redoing the sizing of it, and then I can have any size model I want. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for Anycubic to come out with a 12K version or a bigger version. And Kenny's boss, she took off. She's got the girls outside now. You probably can hear Blaine barking. Kenny, I heard you're going to print 32. I don't print car stuff because I don't draw. Don't draw one. I've said that a million times. I don't draw. I can't draw. Hey, what's going on, Joe? Good to see you. Good to see you, sir. And Gil is here. What's going on, Gil? What's up? I was just actually, before I jumped on here, I was watching your review of that putty. I'm going to have to get me some of that putty. That's a lot better. Because I do the same thing you do. If I'm not messing with Bondo or Milliput, I do the same thing you do, using the resin to fill in spots. But that putty looks really good. That putty looks nice. What's going on, Ken? Good to see you. We get these. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I wish Joe, because the big printer by Anycubic that would fit that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is 7K, which isn't bad. It's not bad, not complaining, but I'm sure they could do 12K. I would love to have a 12K printer. But I was telling the guys before, Joe, definitely we're gonna need. Oh, sweet! I haven't cleaned these up yet, Joe. I haven't done it. I'm gonna need more printers because the things Joe and I are doing are. You seen. I got a quint back here still. The stuff Joe and I do is not freaking small. It's not. These aren't small. I could make them smaller, but like with quint, you know, the bigger they are, the better the detail. I do this back here. See how big the holes are? This isn't a mistake for me. I do this so I could get all the resin out, make sure everything's cured up. But I've been having a problem getting these little. You can actually save the little pieces here, and they come out too wonky for me. So I'm going to try again. This way, if I could get those to be perfect. Joe had a problem because Joe's got his quint, but I'm printing up another quint for Joe because I didn't realize it, and Joe pointed it out to me. You might not be able to see it. The quint here is too deep, and on the inside of his shirt here, there's a little button that's not supposed to be there, and I never noticed it. Joe noticed it, so the artist fixed that up. But back to this, Joe had a tough time sealing these up, and he's a professional. Just imagine a guy that doesn't do 3D prints, and they get one with the big thing, and they can't figure out how to fill these in. So if I could get the little discs to come out perfect, that'll save a lot of people, because what you're going to be able to do is like just barely super glue one of the discs to like a little piece of skewer or something, and then put the CA glue here and put it back in, and it'll fill that hole. So you won't have to do that much puttying. You'll just be able to sand, and all these holes will be filled in without too much extra work. If I can't get that to work out, then what me and Joe decided to do is, it'll suck, but we'll put more little holes for drainage, because I don't trust these. Even though I was on Gil's live stream about the Halloween build, and Hobby Mike was telling me, I didn't even think about it. You know, if your settings are right, all of this is pretty much cured before you even before you throw it into the curing booth. So I didn't even think about that. Once I have this out and I throw light in there, with a bunch of little holes, I'll be able to get light in there. So I want to make it as easy as possible on builders. But this one's mine because this one has got the defects in it. Not defects, just, you know, a little bit of wrong stuff on there, the button and the deepness. So I'm going to keep this one for myself, or we might sell it as, you know, a second hand, not second hand, but we call them seconds for a little discounted price because it is not perfect. Not perfect. I can make those smaller for people that want to build things smaller. So, you know, we got to think about it, but that's a nice size. And yes, Joe is working on the 3D printed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that we have. So we'll have pictures up of those, and those actually are going to be for sale. If anybody's interested in a piece of artwork done by Joe Hudson, once I get them in my hands, those are going to go up on the shop and be for sale. Say no to 3D printing. Shut up, Chris. Shut up. Shut up. All right, now see, Spence has me going back into Cheeto Box because I want to do, I'll still talk to you. I'm going to see what his size is. Not Spence's size. I'm going to see what the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's full torso size is, standing him straight up. I know I got to do him at 40%. I'm going to drop this sucker down to 40% because my printer's too small. And that's a medium-sized printer, too. I didn't even think about that, Spence. Set him straight up and down. All right, straight up and down. Let's see what his axis is. It's the same thing. The numbers are exactly the same according to Cheeto Box. 77 on the Z. The Y is 61.36. And the X is 112. So according to Cheeto Box, with him standing straight up and down, he's still 77. So his torso itself is 3.5 inches. I'm going to do everything. This way I get an idea. Let's do a leg and a foot. This way I can add all those up. And his head and his hat. And I'll put them all straight up and down, and then we can answer the question of actually how tall he will be excuse me, at 40%. Because that's all I can print him at is 40%. Okay, let's take these guys down to 40%. Down, 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 down. 40%. Okay, the Z is... Where's my calculator? My calculator. And we're going to cheat. We're going to round up just by the point. So 78 on the torso. His head is 31.4, so we'll say that's 32. His leg is 35.34, say that's 36. His hat is 23.98, that's really close to 24. Plus his foot is 24. So it's 194. Close Cheeto Box. 194. 194. I don't know what that is again, so I got to go back to my millimeters to inches. 194. 194. So, okay, he's a little over. He'll be about 7.5 inches tall, the model itself. So that's actually not too bad if I do shrink him down to 40%. 7.5 inches isn't bad. Your Jedi mind tricks won't work on my Spence. Just say no to those who say no. Yes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have the busts. I still have some busts available. I just haven't boxed them up yet. Our buddy, or your alter ego, Joe, did get one of them. These guys are 1/9 scale, so these are baby scale. These are little itty bitty Ninja Turtles. But I do have a set of Ninja Turtles that I'm going to do next year. All 4 full size Ninja Turtles with a diorama base. It ends up being the top of a building with all 4 of them on there. And those are by CA3D Studios. So right now I have 2, 4, 6. Ninja Turtles left. I got 2 Leonardos left. Who's this? Raphael or Michelangelo? I think that's... Nope, that's Donatello. 2 Donatellos. 2 Donatellos, 2 Leonardos, 1 Michelangelo, and 1 Raphael. So we got a few left. I want to see something on... I'm going to take Goofy here. I want to see how big Goofy is. I think my ruler's here. So Goofy's chainsaw is not done. There's Goofy. He's just base coated. He doesn't have all his colors or anything like that. Like I said, tomorrow's detail painting. I'm going to put a mahogany on his the bottom of his boots. I got to do his laces, the eyelets, the black in his gloves where, you know, the cartoony hands. And that's pretty much it. There's not a lot before I put washes on and do a little bit of highlighting. I want to see if he's... I don't think he's 7.5 inches tall. Oh, shit. Excuse me. Sorry, I cursed. He's actually over 7.5 inches tall. He's about 8. You can't see him behind this. You can't see him behind this. He's about 8.25 inches tall. So Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and the base wouldn't be that bad. 7.5 inches is about the top of his ear there. So still, that wouldn't be bad printing up Stay Puft at that size. So I got to get this guy done, and then for next year's Halloween, the last figure I have out of the set is Donald Duck as Freddy Krueger. So I'll be doing that. I'm glad they made it to you safe, because I don't trust the USPS. They break a lot of stuff. They break stuff. They break it and break it. Oh my God, Goofy just almost fell on his face. The UPS is so bad. One time, we sent a board out. One of our very first boards, the 001A. It was lost for a while. It finally got to the person that it was supposed to get to. The box was open, and there was a label on top from the United States Postal Service that said, no merchandise inside or something like that. When it got to them, the thing was still inside. So I don't know what's up with the USPS. They kind of sucks. You're right, Chris. You definitely don't want a burger, fries, and a milkshake. No, not at all. Burgers, fries, and a milkshake. That would sound good, but we had dinner already, so can't have that. Can't have that at all. I'm curious if there's any more votes going that have gone on. If you haven't gone over to the short, please go over to the short and vote. Vote for which is going to be our next build. I don't know what's leading now. Before, no, Stay Puft wasn't leading. The last time I counted, Stay Puft was 10, 11, 12 votes. Snow White was 9 votes. And Jason was 14 votes. And like I said, Jason, that's going to be, that is going to be a big one. And I'm actually going to have to reduce Jason Voorhees down too, because he's a big guy. He's a big guy. Held for review. And I've been getting stupid comments. That's a bad thing. That's one of the bad things on YouTube, the stupid comments you got. Somebody said something stupid. I was going to answer it, but I thought better of saying anything to them. So it's like, you know what? It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it. I'm going to go in here. Would you stop with the stupid advertising, Cheater Box? I'm going to open up the Jason Voorhees one and show you that one on Cheater Box too. Where's Jason? Jason is 380 millimeters without me shrinking him down. The biggest problem with the Jason Voorhees one is the base is big. Big base. Base big, river full. Is this the one? I'm going to see this. They have 3 different ones I can choose from. No. I'm going to see if I can open this up. Is this the one with the splash on it? That's that. That's the bottom base, I think. Woman full. Open. Big base, pure full. Okay. they have it broken down into sections. Let me make sure I'm on the teaching screen, and I want to see what the teaching screen is showing. Okay, it is showing it. But the base is big again. The full diorama or vignette, this is more of a diorama, comes with the lady in the water, and she's got the splash of water behind. When I print this, I can print this separate. This is just to show you. I can print the water separate from her, which I want to do, because I don't want to print in clear. I want to print the water in clear, so I can take the transparents from Pro Acryl and do the water in green. But her I want separate because I don't want her printed up in whatchamacallit, in clear. But she fits on there. The problem is when you get to like this base is just gigantic. No matter what. Come here, you get out of the way. Oh, don't rotate, you fool. I don't want you to rotate. When I get to this guy, there's no way without shrinking it down that I'm going to fit this on my build plate. So that's where I get into a lot of difficulty of doing anything the actual size the artist made it. I can't do it. So this one I'd have to bring down. Let me delete this stupid one over here because it's messing me up. See that wave? The water is so far out over there that I still have to bring this down. That's 70%, 65. Oh, let me see. Can I go to 55? I probably could get it to 55. Yeah, I could get it so I'd have to reduce the whole model down to 55% just so I can get that in. And that's if the pier fits in there. So if I did her at 55%, let's see how small she comes out. Yeah, see, she's tiny too. So that's the only bad thing about the medium-sized printer. I can't do those full-size prints. So she would be on here. The color just changes because Cheeto Box is telling me that these two pieces are colliding. So you don't want them to collide. That would be bad. And she goes like this. She goes like this, and she comes to the front over here. So she would be like that on the base, and then you have the wooden pier over here. You have Friday the 13th over here, and then you have on the pier itself, you'd have Jason standing above her, and behind him is a sign of Camp Crystal Lake, which is pretty cool. It's just they give you a ton of choices, so you got to be careful with Wicked. Not that you got to be careful, but they do give you a ton of choices, and you can end up printing a whole bunch of stuff that you don't want to print up, and then you start wasting resin. Hands, heads, and excuse me. Like, the cool thing too is they give you, let me get rid of her. Once the heads pop in, I'll get rid of her. And I'll show you. They do multiple stuff, so you have a lot of choices of what you want to do. As soon as these things come down, let me get rid of her. Let me delete her. Delete you too. Get out of there. Now you have you'll have his head like this ugly guy. This ugly guy there. Then you got the strap to the mask that'll fit over, and they give you 3. Oh, I hate when Cheeto Box does this. There we go. You can see they're going to give you 3 different masks. The one with the crack in it over there. This one does this one have the triangle in it? It's got the slices there, and it's got the triangle on the front. Uh-oh, that mask is going bye-bye. Let me try to pull this mask up front. And then this mask right here that doesn't have, oh, it does have the triangle. This one looks a little more cut up than this one, I think. Can't really tell the difference. Well, this one's kind of fatter at the bottom. I don't know if that was the original mask he wore. And you can see this one's more rounded out. And then this one definitely has the crack in it up top. So they give you 3 different masks. And they give you his head. Hopefully, this mask fits well over here. And you're able to take it on and off if this is the one that wins. The only thing is, there's the little... If I could get this to pop up. There's the little knob. You'd have to glue it on the outside, so hopefully it fits on his head nicely, where you could just take it on and off. I don't know what this is, little thing here. I don't know what that pin is to. That's a pin to something. It's probably the pin for the top of the mask, but that thing will be a pain in the ass to that'll be a pain in the ass to print out, especially at a tinier size. Oh my God, I don't think I'd even be able to print that out. What did I say this wouldn't? I had to go down to 55%. So if I brought this down to 55% to match up everything, I probably won't even be able to print this out because it's just too small. It'll probably fail every time. But I'll try anyhow, if that's the winner. Who's over there? Kelly? I can't tell. Hello, Kelly. How are you? What's the matter? You sound pissed. Oh, okay. Okie dokie. That's right. Use the discount for Pro Acryl paints. I think it's 5% off, Joe. And I don't remember what it is. Is it Joe Hudson when you go there and you put in the code? But yeah, if you go over to, if you're gonna buy some Pro Acryl stuff, Joe will message me, because me and Joe talk almost every day on Facebook. He'll give me the code again, or if he knows it, he could put it up in here. And if you go over to Monument Hobbies and you decide you're going to buy some paints, use Joe's code and you'll get 5% off. Yeah, that's what I would probably. It is Joe Hudson. Okay, so put in Joe Hudson in the thing, and you'll get 5% off. That's probably, excuse me, that's probably what I would do. Is just make my own, because you print, that's just way too tiny for our printers to do. It wouldn't come out very well. Yeah, Kelly wants me to make my list. I gotta order more sets from Monument Hobbies, and Joe Hudson's in here, who put me onto them, and so is Chris. Chris bought them a while ago, and he told me to get them. Paints are phenomenal. Paints are phenomenal. Let me see if I can add the discount code. Estimate shipping. Alabama, I don't care. Let me go to checkout. I want to see if I could make sure that discount code. Joe, you think it's one word? Joe Hudson? Let me see apply. Yes. Joe Hudson it is. So if you take it off, it's a 5% discount, I think. All right, you mathematicians. The subtotal was $28.50 for the set I put in there. I used Joe Hudson's code, and it took $1.43 off. So, and then plus your shipping, so it was $27.08. I don't think that's 5%, right? Yeah, it's 5% because 10% of $28.50 would be $2.90 something cents, somewhere around there, to $2.80 something. I don't know, $2.85. I'm bad at math. It'd be $2.85. So yeah, 5% off. So you put in the words Joe Hudson, all is one word, in the discount code, and you'll get your 5% discount. So don't forget that. I always forget it. And then Joe asked me if I order my paint, and then the first question Joe always asks me after we order something is, did you use my discount code? And I say, no, I forgot to use the discount code. I always forget to use the discount code. Yes, the Secret Santa drawing is coming soon. I put those on my wish list, the expansion ones. 28.50 times. See, I'm no good at math, man. Just round everything off for me. But I put the expansion sets on my wish list, and I put AK Interactive set on there. I want to get a bunch of different paints. I put on a couple sets, just small sets for the new Vallejo model color and the Vallejo game color. I want to try those out and see how they are, because even though, you know, Monument Hobbies is a great paint and it has red, the other companies have different reds, and sometimes you want different colors of blues and stuff like that. Like Joe actually told me one while ago, I don't know if it's still the truth, but it could possibly be. A lot of you guys, I don't know if you know Andrea Miniatures. I think they still make their own paints, but Andrea Miniatures, I used to use their paints. Joe said their red set is really good. What I did look at too is I want to order a few and test them out myself. Not the original Scale 75 gel paints that I sent over to Spence. Amazon just dropped off a package at 8:52 at night. But Scale 75 has new paints called drop-in paint, and they're pre-mixed. You're not supposed to have to thin them down, nothing. It's supposed to be airbrush ready. So I want to order a couple of those and test them out. The one thing I really miss from Scale 75 paint, the leather colors. The leather brown, the leather red, the leather orange, and the leather black were freaking awesome. It's just working with those paints. I wasn't very good with. I just said Scale 75, but not the old Scale 75. The Scale 75 drop-in paint. I want to order a few of those and check them out. Like I said, their leather colors were phenomenal. They were really, really good leather colors. Another one that I want to try out and order a few paints. I don't know if any of you guys have ever used the Green Stuff World paint. They got a lot of cool paints. I mean, you'll end up with multiple colors, but everybody's got different shades and different tones and stuff like that. So if they're good, I'm getting them. I'm definitely getting the full complimentary of Monument Hobbies. No doubt about it. Pro Acryl and whatchamacallit, to me, are my top two go-tos. Definitely. But I want to try the other ones. I definitely want to try the Scale 75 because they had great colors. Don't get me wrong, Scale 75, the only reason Scale 75 sucked is because of the gel-based paint that they are, and I can never get a consistent mix on them. No matter if I did it 50-50 one time and did it 50-50 the next time, for some reason it would just never come out the same consistency. Their colors, on the other hand, were beautiful. Their colors were really, really nice. The Irati green, that's what I did the Green Lantern in. Those leather colors were nice. Their flesh colors are very nice on those, the black and whites. You know, I can't complain about the pigmentation of the colors or anything like that. The only thing that killed me, otherwise I would have kept them, was that gel-based medium. I'm working on a set of paint. Joe's working on with Zem. Zem is paintbrushes. Joe uses those. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to bust Joe's chops. You don't have to talk in anything, Joe, but maybe we could get you to film yourself building something from start to finish, and I'll do the voiceover on it if you don't want to talk on it, and I'll do all the editing and stuff. We'll do a special one on the Hobby Link International channel, you painting something up. We'll figure out something to print up, and you film it. We'll get it all sent to me. I'll do the editing, the music, and the voiceover. We'll just, you're just going to have to tell me what you did here, here, and here, like make a list of, kind of like you're writing a book, but a script for a video. Easy FX, what's going on? I did not announce the winner just yet because we got the live stream going on. So I'm going to end this probably in about 5 or 10 minutes. Then I'm going to go count and see. It was close again. I was telling the guys, the last count I had, I don't remember if I updated or not, was 12 for Stay Puft, 9 for Snow White, and 14 for Jason. I know more votes came in, but I haven't added them up yet. Again, I'm going to add them up once this is all done. We can try, Joe. We can try. That would be awesome because your articles are great, but to see you painting, if you were able to do that, I know it's you. Joe does a ton of work. Joe is always busy. If you haven't seen the new 3D print that Joe worked on, and I think it's going to be exclusive to NY 3D Creations, if I'm right, Joe, is like the 50-foot woman. Let me see. Let me find it. If you guys haven't seen it, I think you posted it on your page, right, Joe? Joe's historical and fantasy worlds of miniatures. I'm pretty sure you posted over there. I know you posted. What did you post most recently? Evel Knievel. You posted recently. There we go. The 50-foot woman. Let me go. You're gonna see. I don't know what you're gonna see when I change this over, but let me go back to the teaching screen just in case you guys haven't seen it. HLI. You're gonna see a black screen right now till I can get the HLI computer thingy to Streamlabs settings for window captures. No, that's not what I want. Desktop. No, that's not what I want. Mozilla Firefox. That's what I want. Done. And here she is. Look, that's a 12-inch ruler. So the bottom one is about 9.5 to 10 inches tall. So the bigger 50-foot woman has got to be at least 14 inches tall with the base. And it's got a nice little sign down here. Attack. I could tell this is NY3D Creations just by the background. I can tell that's Mike's background. But that is cool for anybody that's into the stuff like this. It's got the nice tree in the back, the little car. Very nice detail. And there's just, I will paint. I am no professional, so when you watch me painting on YouTube and stuff like that, I will paint a female figure eventually. But it ain't going to be with all the tones and stuff. Mine's going to look horrible, but I'll still post it up. I really don't care. Because I'm just having fun and enjoying the camaraderie of everybody. Definitely enjoying that. Let me go back to the Q&A over here. Live stream. Let me this way I can see the chat. A 50-foot woman would be the most, especially if she's a redhead, right, Chris? Thank you very much, Easy. We do. I do live streams. Well, Chris will tell you that I don't because I really don't. I try to. I do live streams Wednesdays and Saturday nights if I can. Wednesdays sometimes are difficult because I work late and stuff like that. And Saturdays we do a lot of stuff around the house. But I got to try to get back on schedule. No problem, Joe. Anything you have, let me know and I'll share it because that one's really cool. I'm a huge 3D printing nerd, as in everyone here. But to me, any file looks files do look amazing. I don't know if you guys belong to any of the Patreons, but and this one I'm going to be putting up for sale, Patreon, because I am part of their merchandise tier. Let me find it. They just posted it today. I got to actually pay for Creative Geek. I got to get on theirs. CA3D Studios. I got to go back to the teaching screen. And hopefully this pops up. It did. Okay, CA3D Studios is doing Sylvester Stallone as Rambo, Cobra, and Hawk. So these are just renders right now. This is just in the beginning phases of their renders. Because I am a Patreon of CA3D, a lot of us get to vote on what the pose is going to be, what a facial expression, whatever they're doing. We get to vote and get a little bit of a say on what they're doing. But these are coming from CA3D. Definitely Rambo I'm going to print up, and he's going to be for sale on the thing. Now, this is going to suck, too. This is why, excuse me, Paul and I do a lot of 1/6 scale or 1/8 scale, because that's what fits on the printer. If people are looking for quarter scale, which we would love to sell, we're not going to sell many of them. We can print 1 or 2 quarter scale ones. Somebody's going to buy those because they're going to want something like this. Like Rambo's going to be awesome. I'm very curious, though, because that's going to be an interesting skin tone on him because he was kind of tan. And I don't know, throughout the whole movie, he's kind of sweaty, how you make him look sweaty and stuff like that. But he's got his big old knife on the side. He's got his... Now, I have to look because he's a Vietnam era veteran. And I know they had jungle boots. And I had jungle boots in the military too. But I don't remember... I don't think during Vietnam, I don't know if they had these straps on them. I know when we had our jungle boots did not have that type of strap on up around the thing. Then he's got his scarring. I might have to tell him to, he's got to work on these nipples a little bit. That looks a little indented and, there's a little too protruding. Maybe a finer line and let those get painted in. They got his fatigue pants going on, the M60 machine gun with the belt. The ammo belt is going to be a little bit difficult to print out, but that's one of the things coming from CA3D. Just got a notification from I Love Creative Geek. I get a lot of stuff from them. I got to join their Patreon. Cinematic Nightmares. He's coming out with new figures, so we'll see what he comes out with that, and I'll let you guys know. But if he comes out with more and more, he's got a lot of good stuff. Like the Snow White one is from on CG Trader. He's Cephon 66. I get a bunch of cool stuff from him too. So I should join, because if I join his, I can sell his too. Abe 3D. I don't know how many people are into it, but I thought this was cool. We belong to Abe 3D. Princess Zelda. I enjoyed playing Zelda as a kid. So I like, they got her in a little bikini. So they do some really cool stuff. Really, really cool stuff. And the reason we got into 3D printing and selling stuff, because not everybody has a 3D printer, and people do like 3D prints. So we're trying to be the service in between, and we're trying to pick the best things we can. I mean, now we've been Patreons of both Abe 3D, CA 3D, and I think we're part of one more. And Joe is awesome, because Joe belongs to Wicked, and Wicked has a very cool setup. Like, you can gift what you bought to somebody. So we'll have stuff from Wicked too. The only thing, like I said, we really got to stay away from, we'll try to stay away from, sneak some in there, is Star Wars. Star Wars is a dangerous one to sell, because you can get in a lot of trouble with that. But we have so many files now, it's ridiculous. I can't keep up and think about what I want to print and sell. Not going to get much of anything done the next 3 to 6 months. Short 3 guys and got loads of, ooh. Right, yeah, Rambo's going to be crazy. Rambo's going to be really, really cool. Definitely going to be a cool one. Everyone who is a channel member should get to vote and decide what we want Kenny to do. Dance monkey. All right, Chris. Actually, this weekend, me and Kelly have to clean up this whole side, because I got to get the background for the Halloween show done up. Speaking of Halloween, if you guys weren't here and you putting in a Halloween build, I'm definitely getting the challenge coins done up. They'll come probably 2 weeks after Halloween, but you will get them, because I want to see how many people are in the build. I don't want to have too many made and then be stuck with a whole bunch of 2024 coins. We'll have them made up in 2025, 2026 as we do the build. So you will be getting something. No more first, second, and third prize. It's going to be a participation trophy, not a participation trophy. It's for Boyd. So for everybody to remember that you were a part of a build for Boyd, we're going to make the challenge coins, and you can put it on your shelf, put it wherever you want. Just hold on to it, and they're nice. They'll be nice little metal coins. I forgot if they're brass. I forgot what they're made out of, but they'll be cool, and we'll get you guys those. And once I'm done, once we have everybody that's finished with a build, I'll get all your addresses. I'll go through my address book on USPS, see whose address I have, and then ask the other people that I don't have their address for. And that's pretty much it. No, I can't have a 3D printer. Health issues. That stinks. Can't sell Star Wars, but they beg you to give Star Trek away. Are you printing out a version of the challenge coin to decorate and customize our... Nope, absolutely not. The only people that will get challenge coins are those that finish builds for the Halloween build. So anything dedicated to something like that, that's why I didn't give out the STLs of Chippy, because I didn't even print one yet, because it kept failing on me. But we don't want them flying around out there. So only if you participate and finish a build. If you participate and don't finish a build, is what I usually do, you won't get a coin. If you finish, which a bunch of people have, we'll make up the coins, and those people will get the coins. We're not 3D printing anything. I want it really, really nice, especially for Boyd. So there'll be a nice solid coin with, I think, 3 to 5 colors on there, and it'll be done up, and it'll be something nice to commemorate Boyd and his memory. Trying to get one more kit done for Halloween group build, but is looking. Oh, you're cutting. I'm cutting it close with Goofy, and I've been working on him for a little while now. Yeah, we only have like 5 days to finish something up, so I got to get mine so they can do one to match their models. They got to finish something, but no, I'm not. Nothing's getting 3D printed up like that. I'm having the coins made. It'll be just for the ones I make. That's it. There won't be any other ones that people can do whatever they want with it. It's just special for Boyd, and that's how it's going to be. I want 2. You can't have 2. I told you that last stream. If you put in 2 models, you only get 1 coin. I'm putting in 2 models. I'm only getting 1 coin. So, but everybody that finishes and they're in the live stream will definitely get the coin once I have them all made up and stuff like that. And it'll be nice. And then we got to figure out what we want to do with other stuff. But it looks like a lot of group builds are going to go by the wayside because we're not getting people to build. I'm still bugging Tommy to work on the form and get it looking like a form. So maybe once the form is looking like a form, we can drag more people over there and set everything back up how it used to be. A lot easier and more people will use it. Rude. Do you want a hug, Bob? Do you need a hug? Hug. How about this? I will send you a coin plus some hair product. Is that a deal? I'll send you some hair product. Hey, Kenny, the 50-foot one exclusive to me now. Okay, but who's it's just for you? It's not for sale, Joe? The 50-foot woman? Or is NY3D Creations printing them up for you and selling them? Because I thought they're for sale. I may be mistaken, so we're going to wait for Joe's answer on that one. Because I could have sworn they were for sale. We're going to wait. We're going to see what Joe says. It's like our Quint. That's Joe. Hoo-hoo, I almost knocked over my bottle of alcohol. That's Joe and I collaborate. That's Joe's print. We sell it, and then we know it's for sale. But he print he's printing it, and you're going to be selling it through you. Okay, cool. It's like me and Joe. We collaborate together. I print one up for Joe or 2, whatever Joe needs. I'll print up and send them, and then he paints them up, and we put the pictures online, and we sell them on our shop. So Joe and I have exclusive stuff. Sometimes you got to do that. I like to collaborate, with people. But Joe and I click, and we've been good friends for a while, and we both kind of like the same things, and we have a lot of the same ideas. So stuff is going to come out. Like I said, it's just very, very difficult for me to like when I do the Quint. Both machines are going, one for Quint, one for the base, and then you got to clean it. And each print, both machines are going. The base, I'm pretty sure it's 10 hours, the base, 10 or 11 hours, and Quint is anywhere between 12 and 15 hours. So I run them both. I'll start them at 10 o'clock at night, and by the time I get home from work the next day, they'll be done, and then I got to clean them and process them and all that stuff, clean the machines and put it on again. So I'm lucky if I could get one a week done, which kind of stinks. That's why eventually I'll have 4 or 5 printers. This way, one night I could do 5 busts of Quint, and then I could do the 5 10-hour prints of his base and have that done in 2 days, and those can go on the shelf, and I don't have to worry about printing anymore until they're out of stock. And then, like with Quint, we're probably only going to, once I get those printed up, we're probably only going to do a limited run of probably 10 to 15 of those, and then that'll be it. And then we might bring them back because next year's the 50th anniversary, but we're going to get those done and, on the shelf. Stuff like the little Ninja Turtles, those will be constantly turned over. Those won't, special stuff will be short runs. Yes, sir. We'll get, yes, indeed. We will, Joe. We will. We're going to get, I'm putting that on my Christmas list. I'm going to get at least 4 to 5 machines because it would definitely make it easier for us to do that. Like I said, doing Quint at 12 to 15 hours is a pain in the ass. It really is. But again, I print at 0.5 layer height and in slow, regular, normal speed printing. I do not print at the 1 millimeter layer height with the high speed because I feel that you see the layer lines in that, and I don't, the quality's nice, but I think you get a better quality print at the lower layer height and the lower speed because it's taking its time doing what it has to do instead of going real crazy. So I'd rather have 5 machines doing a 12 to 15 hour print and having those come out nice than going crazy with the fast prints that could be done in probably half the time, or maybe even a little 2 to 3 hours. But I prefer quality over non-quality. So guys and girls, thank you very much. It's 9:15. I got to go count up the votes and get ready for bed and go to work tomorrow because we got some stupid ass meeting in the morning that I don't want to go to. Something about selling products. I'm not a salesman. I'm a guy that climbs a pole. They always want us to sell stuff to the customers. I tell them I'm not a salesman. It's not in the contract for me to sell stuff, so I don't. But thank you everybody for for coming, hanging out. I'm going to count up the votes, and then I'm going to make a short about the winner. And then tomorrow night, I'll get back onto Goofy, and we'll get him all done. It's always a pleasure hanging out with everybody. And if you haven't, come over to community.hobbylinkinternational.com. Join up, hang out with us. We're going to make that site better and better. As meetings suck, Ben. Meetings are horrible. Meetings are horrible. But what is your? I set it at point 0. Is it point? It's 0.05 because it's 1 millimeter layer height. 0.50. 0.50. People do 0.3, but I don't know the settings for that. I don't know how much of a difference there really is between. See, you guys always catch me with a question when I'm going. I don't really know the difference between a 0.5 and a 0.3, how much nicer it's going to come out. It's going to take a lot longer at a 0.3 and a 0.2. Guys do that and they set it up. But I'm not going to mess with that. I'm staying at the 0.5 for my prints. I'm just typing something in. Just typing something in because I want to make sure that I'm saying it right. I want to make sure that I'm saying it right. It's 0.05. I'm sorry. I always think it's 0.5. 0.05 millimeter height. It's automatic on Cheeto Box what I pick and put on there. The machine can only do the 2. I guess it can only do the 2. But if I set it up for 0.3, I could set it up. But I don't get into that because I don't like doing the math and all that other stuff. I like doing things the easy way. People, I'm just reading real quick. Common layer heights are 0.05. People do 0.4 and 0.2. So I'm at the 0.5 or the 0.50. I'm always getting it wrong. Always getting it wrong. It's 0.50. 0.1 millimeter. I'm reading because I don't want to misspeak because I got to read. 0.1 is the fast. No reason I'll use layer height, just not. 0.05. 0.5 is what I use. The slow speed. I use the frickin' slow speed. Let's put it that way. Told you I'm not good at numbers. 30 micron, which pushes the limit of typical human vision. It's 0.5 then. See, Spence is my math man. Spence is my math man. I hate math. Can't do it. I suck at it. So, Kelly's back. Okay, go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed, lady. I'm getting off anyhow. But yeah, the 0.5 is what I print out. The 1.0 layer height, I think it is the fast speed one. I mean, the machine flies. It really does fly, and it goes really, really fast. But I don't like it. And Chris has a valid point. I don't change things once I have it set in there because I have failure after failure until I set it up. Once it's set in there, I don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. That's a lie. Once the temperatures change, I do have to change things just because of temperature. And in the summer, I'm always messing with it because of the heat and the humidity messes me up. So I'm always messing with this thing for that. Now, I'm pretty sure it's 0.5. I gotta look it up on. I'll look on AnyCubic. Like I said, I always get those things mixed up because I don't print on the fast one, which is 1 or 0.1. What layer heights does AnyCubic print at? There has AnyCubic can print from 0.01 to 0.15. So it's 0.05 millimeter is that's what I'm printing at. 0.05 millimeter. Not 0.5. That's it. See, Spence got it. Spence got it before I could look it up. 0.05. I'm always thinking just 5. Yes, 0.05 is what it is. Don't ask me for math. Don't ask me for math at all. What's going on, Vin? What's going on? You came at the wrong time because I'm jumping off here. jumping off here to go tally votes and go tell everybody who won and the next 3D build I'm doing. So I was trying to say goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you everybody for hanging out. If I don't go fishing Saturday, I'll be on Saturday night. We'll hang out. We'll do some chit chat. We'll see if we get Kelly on here because we know how you love Kelly. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to go do a quick short, announce the winner, and I'm logging off, Chris. Before I'm going to announce the winner, I'll do a quick short, and I'll see you all soon. So I'm getting out of here like Chris said. Take care, and bye-bye, everybody.